Hello everyone. We have decided today, Richard has been pestering me that he needed to do some landscape photography. We have been caught up as a spring doing tons of wildlife videos because it's the season to get the young animals like the cubs in this video here, and Colin the cuckoo in this video here, and loads of other stuff. So today we have decided to come down to Thorpe Bay near Southend. I'll show you why. The tide comes in 6 meters, so that when it actually goes out, it leaves all these boats completely stranded, and hopefully we're going to be tying in that with a nice sunset which is going to come from over there for some slow shutter speeds, so we get a nice blur on the water, maybe reflections, because the tides left all these different pools of water, so some reflections of the boats in the pools of water, and Rich gets his landscape fix, and hopefully it'll be fun.
So
we've arrived on the beach here where I said Thorpe Bay.
Yep.
Are you impressed, aren't you?
I am.
It's our
Very
first
nice.
visit.
Yes, I've never been here before. Yeah, there's plenty of compositions here. We're just waiting for the light to get better, although there's some nice cloud now, but we're still an hour and a half from sunset, so we've got a lot of time to walk about, find our compositions. I'm gonna fly the drone, find a boat. Gemma, I need to find a boat, and you need to find a boat. I've got my eye on a couple.
I was going to say I'm going to be greedy and choose 2 or 3. But what I'm looking for is a pool of water that's been left by the tide directly in front of my boat. Yes. But at an angle, so the sunset is behind that boat, all to merge together. But
as we know,
at the right time.
as I was talking about a little earlier on to you, the sunset is not always, the best sunset is not always directly towards the sun. Sometimes you get nicer light to one side, so really that's what we're hoping for, because the sun is setting in slightly the wrong position really, but
I've seen other people's compositions that at sunset that has been more or less in the right hand corner of the photo, and they've looked fantastic.
Yeah. So we'll have a wander around and see what we can find.
I'm going to take some tester shots before sunset, because actually, in my opinion, you never know when the best light is.
No, you don't.
It's not necessarily going to be at sunset.
No.
Hassie, our drone, is going to go up and film these lovely boats.
Just going to put probably a polarising filter on.
It's
the glare from the wet sand.
It's the DJI Mavic 2 with the Pro 2 with the hasselblad. Is it hasselblad or
Hasselblad?
Hasselblad camera. And Richard's putting a polariser on it to cut the glare of the water. I don't get much playtime with the drone, although having said that, I did do some filming last week at our local bar now. Well, not at the local bar now, but at the boats walking towards the local bar and our site. Which is looking through the polariser with his eyes to check that it's the right darkness. I think he's got, how many polarisers have you got?
Only 2 polarisers.
2.
And 4 ND filters.
2 polarisers and 4 ND filters, but you're putting a polariser on. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely a stunning location, and the tide goes so far out. You can get some really nice isolated boats, but they're facing towards the sun, so in order to get the sun set, you're shooting from the back end of the boat, which isn't necessarily that desirable. So hoping the clouds will light up at sunset from behind, but all in all, I'm really struggling to find a boat that I like, a picture that I want. I do enjoy landscape photography, but when you come to a place like this, so vast, there's got to be 100 boats to choose from, and I'm left to my own devices. It's a lot different from wildlife. You see the deer, the fox, the bird, and you're constantly focusing on that subject, and you're shooting so fast, you're just lucky to get it, and hopefully, you know, especially birds in flight, you pick your favourite several shots and that's that. But there's just so much more work that goes into landscape photography. I mean, the subject's still, so you can take as much time as you want. Obviously not light-wise. You've got to, you know, shoot in the right light. But being here 2 hours before sunset to be able to choose our composition, maybe it's too much time for me, maybe I'm overthinking it, but I'm not happy at the moment. I can't, what I've got in my head, I can't envision it by looking around and seeing the boats. I don't know. We'll see if I have an image to show at the end of the vlog. Currently, no.
So after moving the camera around, I've picked a boat. What I've tried to find is a boat that is facing towards the camera, because the moorings in this instance, this lovely old chain here, they all come from the front of the boat, the fore end of the boat. The only problem I've got is I'm facing away from the possible sunset, which could be an issue, but most of the boats today, I don't know whether it's always like that, but most of the boats today are facing towards the sunset, and none of the boats strikes me being very nice from the back end, shooting the back end. So I'm taking a bit of a gamble, in the composition I've picked is with my back to the sun as it sets, but I'm hoping that the sky will light up where I'm shooting. We've still got another hour until sunset, but I have found the composition. I've also made sure I've got a nice reflection of the boat with the chain swooping round as a nice leading line to the boat in the distance. All this clutter, these other boats, and I don't mean Gemma, who's there, I'm not talking about Gemma, she's never clutter. These will all go, I'm afraid. These will all disappear in post, and and all these over here, because they add nothing to the shot at all. Just want a lone boat with a nice tilt on the seabed, with a reflection, with a nice mooring chain as a leading line. That's my composition. So now it's just a case of waiting for the light. Shooting at the settings. F14 for the longer depth of field, the larger depth of field, because I'm wanting the front of the chain to be sharp as well as the boat. ISO 64, 1/15 of a second on a tripod, catching the reflection in the water. I did just try a composition, a vertical composition, which I didn't mind. Trying to get a bit more of the sky in, because the sky has coloured up a little bit now as the sun is shining, last of the sun is shining on the clouds, and there's definite colour coming in those clouds, which is good. So yeah, I've tried a vertical composition. I've taken it, it's okay, and I'm shooting the landscape more, the landscape orientation more. Happy with the composition, just waiting for the light.
Oh, did I mention that I can't find a composition? I am having a nice time, and that's the main thing, isn't it? Whether you get an image or not, it's actually being here and experiencing it and having fun with the camera. That is essentially what I do it for anyway. How you getting on?
Yeah, colour in the sky now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Spin it around, let me see. Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I'm happy. I've always loved this composition. Just been waiting for the colour. And that's not brilliant, but I've definitely got something to work with.
Oh, I'm a bit lost here. I found a crab. You've just taken it said Richard took a FaceTime video.
Yeah, not of you, of what my scene.
But I would be on it.
I was just literally just vlogging with my phone.
Oh, really? I see. I'm vlogging and on the phone. How technical am I?
Very good.
Gemma just interrupted me with a FaceTime call. I've got some colour. Patience has paid off. There's some colour in the sky, some nice pinks. Still haven't moved, still the same composition, because I always like this composition, and I was just waiting for the sky.
We found each other after what would you call it? Trudging through the mud. We're back and we're leading to the car. You were really happy, weren't you?
I was happy with my composition, and the light came at the end, yeah.
I'm still undecided. I'll have a look through my photos. I definitely really like the sunset in the end, by a Jamaican boat, which I really like. But I'm not too sure about the composition yet.
I want to come back in the winter.
Yes?
Same tide, same low tide, but sunrise, because if the boats are all facing the way that they were today, sunrise would be brilliant. So we'll be back, as
yes,
Arnie would say.
Nice location.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Take
See you
care,
next
everyone.
time.
Thanks for watching.
definitely a start again. Whilst walking through the water to find my boat, we found a little crabby. Let's see.
Bye.
Bye. Love you.
Love you.
They won't be in it, don't worry.